Hello, this is the video that I've been meaning to make for a long time. Let's just get straight into it, man. So remember my well, I did a couple months ago, the major Kundalini awakening update where I had a full Kundalini and I explained what happened and I had astral projected 3 different times in one sitting, in one night. Well, and it's because I finally moved a massive charge that was trapped in my heart down and cycled it up my spine into my brain and cycled it. Well, the reason, let's just reiterate the full Kundalini awakening. So I originally had a Kundalini awakening, which was activated cerebral spinal fluid that climbed into my pineal gland and blasted me off, but it was randomly on its own accord activating because I wasn't cycling it properly with the proper techniques. So I would have very random spiritual experiences and out-of-body experiences and psychic experiences and shit like that. I wasn't really in control. After incorporating the stellar gateway chakra and pulling in massive amounts of prana, the charge is now automatically flowing. That was the major Kundalini breakthrough that I shared last time. It was that the charge, I didn't have to go in and intentionally pull it in. It's like the tap is automatically on. And so I just have to maintain free flowing it. I have to keep it, I have to be conscious of where it's at, where it's trapped, and move it every single night. I still spend at least 3 hours every fucking night, except for I went on vacation for a week recently. And when I did, and I didn't do it at night, I had company and I just wanted a total fucking R&R. The charge literally got trapped in my solar plexus and really crazy sensations were happening. So right here by my sternum, it was twitching. My muscle I don't even know if it was a muscle spasm, but that's what it felt like. You know, it was twitching and shit all the time. So the charge was like trapped in I don't know if it was my heart. It was between my heart and my sacral. So it was that whole area where the charge was basically blocked because I wasn't free flowing it. So finally, a couple days ago, it was 2 days ago, I managed to flow that charge downward. It took so much work. It took 2 days of hours of work to actually get it into around my coccyx, so up my spine. And this thing was so massive. I'm telling you, like it's painful. It's like a ball of fucking energy that like shoots out shocking sensations sometimes, and then muscle spasms. It's really scary. Like if you don't know what it is, you'd think you're fucking dying or something. And I did right before I actually free flowed it properly. Back in February when I had the major breakthrough, the damn thing was stuck in my heart and I thought I was dying for like a month. Dizziness, heart pain, chest pain, shooting, shocking, tingly sensations down my limbs, like all kinds of crazy shit until I finally cycled it down, went on break, stopped cycling, got trapped right here for like 2 weeks. 2 days ago, I cycled it, fucking astral projected 2 times in one sitting, okay? And this is what I wanted to share what happened. So I'm gonna be totally fucking blunt, honest with you, and I've shared this before in some of my recent videos, but for some reason my conscious mind out of body seems to project into a lower astral hell dimension. And I honestly intuitively know that it's to learn wisdom. But so what has been happening is whenever I go to astral project and get in the mode where I can lift out of my body after cycling the charge, I like psych myself out like, oh, they're waiting for me. They're just waiting for me because they were for a long time just waiting for me. Like right when I would lift out, they'd fucking attack me and latch onto my root and start messing with me. And I just have to go back into my body and wake up. And it was like, it just bothered me so much because there was so many times, so many beautiful experiences where I'd lift out of my body and then go to a fucking beautiful place. Anywhere from a ship to a higher astral realm with beautiful like rainbow colors and just beautiful dimensions, even the mental plane, you know? But for a while, for like the last 5 months or so, they've really been attacking the shit out of me. And it's really weird too, because it's like the more I level up and start doing my mission, the attacks increase. The more people I help, the more people I teach light body activation, the more I'm following my heart on God's golden path, the more these fuckers are attacking me. So it almost proved what I had suspected, was that I'm not necessarily being attacked because I'm in a low vibe. Like, they really do target you and shit and try to hold you into a low vibe, but ultimately the power is yours, whether you want to stay in that vibe and fuck with them and fight them, or whether you want to ascend up. And that's what I wanted to share in this video. I was like, I cycled the charge 3 fucking hours, finally shot it into my spine, and I just felt so good. My ears were like tingling, like a cool sensation inside my ears, hissing noises in my mind, and like just, I hear air bubbles popping in my cerebral spinal fluid. It's just like, it's the best sensation ever when you finally cycle the charge up your spine. You get like, it just feels euphoric. Like, it's almost like a rush of opiates or something. Like, you just feel warm and even. Like, all the blockages in your body, energetic blockages, are perfectly spread out. And it's just a euphoric, beautiful feeling. And when I get in that feeling, I know it's only a matter of time. All I have to do is lower my brain into a theta, which is just stop heavily thinking, stay still, and take good breaths and keep that cycle flowing. And then all of a sudden I'll get this sensation where it's like, and what it is I'm starting to detach from my physical body. So because of what's been happening with these attacks the last 5 months, I waited for them. I psyched myself out. Oh, they're going to be there again. And I, like a dumbass, but this is what I do, and I don't care. I'm learning and growing. I immediately, when I started that sensation, I just shot out as hard as I could with the full attention and tension. And I just started circling around inside my room going, come on, motherfuckers, I'm right here, motherfuckers. And they just like hesitated, and I knew I was there because the room was like very dark. Like, I was in a lower vibe, a lower dimension. And I was just waiting for them to try to clasp onto my root. And all of a sudden I just shot really hard and fast through the wall of my house. And when I did, I was in this like swampy bog. Like, it was just straight out of a fucking medieval like sci-fi movie, dude. Like, really earthy colors, like oranges and seaweed greens and browns. There was mud, there was water. It was like the bogs of Louisiana or something, with like patches of fog and shit. And that's where they were. They started attacking me like spectral entities. Some of them were invisible. And this is the crazy part. A fucking giant alligator came out of the shore when I was dodging one of the other ones. It came out of the shore and it had a rhinoceros horn on top of its fucking mouth, on its jaw, on its head. And it charged after me. So I was like flying around dodging these things. And this is really fucked up, but I'm just gonna tell you, like, this is what happens. And it's really weird in these dimensions. Like, anything is possible. I started flying up higher above them because I was about to escape because they were overwhelming me. I was just gonna fly straight up and see what happened. As I was going upwards, they like shot things at me that grabbed onto my root. And one of the things they shot at me was like a skull. And it like bit onto my root, and I ripped it off and threw it, and the lower jaw part of it was still clasped onto me. And I was like, as I was flying up, I was like removing it and throwing. I remember grabbing it and looking at it and feeling it, and it felt so real, dude. It felt like a hard shell. And it was just like, oh my God, these things are like shooting spells at me and shit to pull me back down into their dimension, into their vibe. But so I just started flying straight upwards to escape them. And then it hit me like it has many times before, intuitively. I'm gonna raise my emotional vibration as I fly straight up. And that's what I did. I went into my heart center and I just remembered the feeling of gratitude and love as I was flying up with attention and tension. And dude, I literally felt the transition of dimensions. I felt the octave shift as I was flying straight up. The colors, the vibration, the energy, the feeling, everything shifted. And then I came to a ceiling. And there was like these big, massive spikes coming out of it, pointing downward. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the dimensional barrier or something, you know? And I just said, fuck it, and I flew through it. You have to believe that you're flying through objects when you're out of body to actually fly through them. If you have any doubt, like that's a hard surface, I cannot penetrate it, you will fucking bump up against it and won't be able to penetrate it. So I just had the utmost confidence, and I flew straight up and I blasted through this barrier. I went right through the spikes and everything. And once I got there, I came into a white light, blasted through the white light, came into an open space, and it was just like the other astral projections. There was a giant, massive virtual screen in front of me with a circle and a global map. And the circle was randomly on its own scrolling down and highlighting areas as it moved. Like the rest of the globe was shadowy, but wherever the circle was lit up. And what it was a random jump off point. Basically, I jumped into the circle to go to wherever it was highlighting, but it was like Frogger, dude. I had to jump at the right moment to catch that area that was highlighted, or else I'd miss it and go somewhere random. So basically, and I went there, and it was like a third person open world, like the game PUBG or Fortnite kind of. People were running around like killing each other and fighting, and it was like a game though. It was like obviously a game. And I remember, dude, I was controlling a third person character with my consciousness. And it was just like blowing my mind. And I only stayed there for a little bit, and then I shot back into my body. But so this is several times this has happened now, where I blast out of a lower dimensional hell zone into a middle 4D middle astral realm simulation. And it's like right above the lower astral is like a realm where there's just nothing but simulations, dude. The literal games that consciousness can jump into and play, okay? And for some reason I go to these more action-packed places. I didn't really consciously choose them. I just go there. So take what you will out of that. You know, everyone's different. You'd probably go somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like, but this is just where I go because I have that like warrior spirit, dude. But anyway, so then it all makes sense to me like it has before. It's like, dude, no, these demon experiences are like teaching me shit, invaluable experiences, dude, that a love and light 5D'er would never be able to learn. Like I literally am learning how to physically, actively in the field, fucking transition from one dimension to another with emotional vibration. And then the telekinesis and the virtual combat and all that shit, it's so awesome, dude, to be able to lay down, cycle the charge, and go to these places. Like I attempt to explain it to you, but it's so fucking hard. But anyway, so yeah, dude, that's the Kundalini update now where I'm at. I'm on my mission, man. I got a client tomorrow, got a client next week. I got it all written out. I got a financial advisor who's managing me, and we're doing it. And I'm gonna go from 2 clients a week to like fucking 6, hopefully. And I'm gonna be going through that phase you go to when you chase your dream, where you just grind for like a decade. And then all of a sudden one day you'll have freedom. And I just feel like it's what I'm meant to do here. And if I don't do it, I will just be regretful and unhappy with myself. But yeah, dude, I just wanted to share that crazy experience. Like, so now after having a full Kundalini awakening, I have to literally maintain that charge that is always pouring into me, or it will get blocked where it gets blocked. And I won't have lucid dreams, out-of-body experiences. But if I keep that charge flowing, then it gives me the option to leave my body whenever I want. Even on the gym, if my charge is flowing and I'm on the treadmill, I still get that sensation of it's like giving me the option to feel into that rush, that like vertigo. If I feel into it, I can project out of my body. And so I have the option in waking 3D life, like at the gym if I want to, or at work, if I keep the charge flowing. But I try to not keep it flowing as much when I'm out in my 3D life doing my job and shit. You know, you got to keep the two in balance and in check. So I don't want to give too much of my energy to the multidimensionality. I don't want to give too much of my energy to 3D. I'm in the matrix. I'm trying to stay somewhat grounded and balanced. So that's where I'm at in life. It's a struggle, and I'm finally able to get some fruits out of the pain and suffering that I went through in my 20s and my childhood and shit. Like, it's all coming together for me finally. Like, I feel like I'm in my prime. I found my purpose. I know how to do it, and we're fucking doing it. And I just want to tell you to never give up. Never give up hope. You're not alone. People are fucking out there suffering and struggling. Not everybody's super blissful and happy all the time, and happiness and bliss is a something that needs to be maintained. It's like you strive for it every single day by doing the work, doing the shadow work, the inner work, body, mind, spirit balance, baby. I want you to stay up and fucking have a beautiful weekend. And I'm gonna keep posting on here, and hopefully a lot sooner. All right, maybe I'll post something with my clients that are coming up. I'll post some more clips. But I love you all. Stay up.